Oh, yeah. For those of you that have been following this show, you know that I had to resign in disgrace from the puppet popularity competition because I was having an affair with a woman in Buenos Aires. All right, ladies, hey, looking great. Anyway, are you looking at my ass? Check it out, girl. Anyway, these ladies are here because, desperate to appeal to young men, this show is putting more ladies in sundresses on the show. But not paying them. Thank you. Now, sorry to stand in front of you ladies. The reason why I invited the ladies to come up, we have an audience machine here, and so normally there isn't anyone in the studio. But I thought, I came out tonight to start the show, and I looked in the audience, and all these lovely ladies in these lovely sundresses, and I thought you would enjoy seeing the beauty of American womanhood in their lovely dresses. And some people say, Craig, that's sexist, and I would say to them, yes! Yes! You're looking at unreconstructed male chauvinism, or are you? Or are you? Maybe you're just looking at a guy that goes, Anyway, here in a completely non-chauvinistic way, in a completely post-feminist environment, I would like to now present girls smiling at the camera. Girls smiling at the camera while pleasant music is heard, right? You stay there, and then I'll give you the secret sign when we're done. Stay there, right? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Lovely. Wonderful. Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, technically what I did there was against the sexual harassment video. But I want to know why. No, I don't. I don't care why. I tell you what, I was just so impressed by how lovely the ladies looked in their sundresses, and I wanted to... All right, tomorrow night we'll have guys in pants. If you're coming to be a member of the studio audience tomorrow night, wear your tightest pants. Tomorrow night, in an effort to keep everything on an even keel, we'll have men in tight pants. Stay tuned, I might do a farty noise on the floor.
The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, sponsored by Mazda Summer Drive-Off Event. Drive off with the best deals of the summer on a fun-to-drive Mazda.
It's hard to stay up, it's been a long, long day, and you've got the Sandman at your door. But hang on, leave the TV on, and let's do it anyway. It's okay, tomorrow's just your future yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
Let it go away. That's it. It's all. No, please stop the applause. Oh, nah, never mind. I'm so glad you're here. Really, I am. I've had such a day. I can hear voices from the beyond. And they're telling me... It's a great day for America, everybody! Yes, it's a great day for America. Do you know what? It's very nice to look out into the studio audience and see such lovely summer dresses. I'm just looking around, they're all these lovely... And the ladies, too. Oh, Grandpa, you and your silly ways. Hey, you know one of the astronauts aboard the International Space Station said that he's been wearing the same underpants for a month as an experiment. I used to do that experiment. But now they're doing it in space. And finally, they answers the question, what is it like to be Bret Michaels in space? It's a great day if you're a fan of the extreme sports, you know, because the... Do you know what happened? I'm the only one that heard it, but this is true. Did you hear it? I went like that and I stepped back, I said, I stepped back and my heel made a farty sound. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Hold on. All right. Shh. Shut up. Right. Isn't that awesome? Did you hear it? Even the floor is doing fart jokes on this show. Who needs a band? Anyway, it's a great day if you're a fan of the extreme sports, because the X Games start today in LA. You know, where the world's best skateboarders and the bikers and the motocross dudes, they all compete to win. I don't know what they win, a golden bong or something. But the kids are amazing, though. The stuff they do with the half pipes and the BMX jumps and the twitters. And... All right. I'm not young. Anyway, this is the 15th anniversary of the X Games, and things have changed a lot. Do we have a clip of the original X Games? Look at this. There you go. Yeah. I love watching the X Games, you know, seeing people test the limits of the human body. The X Games is like Cirque du Soleil, but with better music. And you... See, when I see those guys at the X Games go, they do those cool tricks, I think, I wish I could do that. And I think that is the mark of a good spectator sport. Like, if you watch baseball, you know, I wish I could hit a major league fastball. I wish I could do that. When I watch the Olympics and I see the sparkly leotard twirling ribbon event, I wish I could stop doing that. Anyway, the X Games... No, don't. The X Games guys, you know, the guys that compete in the X Games, they fall off a 40-foot jump and land on their ass or something. They're like, radical, oh! They want to do it again. You can do that when you're 19. At my age, you stub your toe, you're like, I don't think it's safe to go into the bathroom ever again. I have to forget about skateboarding. I've got a clip of me trying to skateboard last year. It's terrible. Look at this. Oh, there we go. Anyway, I'm just saying I hope the kids are careful at the X Games, because in LA, the only doctors that work the weekend are the plastic surgeons. So you'll be like, a broken arm? Okay, you're going to need new breasts. Amazed by that. I live in this town when you see people walking around like this. Like, somebody's going to have to call ooh la la on this. It's like, this... When in history did this look good? Maybe on a few episodes of Star Trek. X Games. The only event at the X Games I don't like is when the skateboarders grind down the rail of the staircase. You know, when they go that way and then they grind it. I don't like that. It makes a very annoying sound. But for some reason, the kids seem to like it. It's like the Jonas Brothers. It's a very annoying sound. I wish we had the X Games when I was growing up. I never participated in an extreme sport where my life was at risk, except maybe there was one time I raced Drew Carey to the all-you-can-eat buffet in Vegas, but... It was only dangerous when I got near his mouth. The closest I ever got to doing extreme sports, when I was a kid, we used to make soapbox racers. We called them bogies. I don't know why, but we called them bogies. And you'd find a wooden box and add spoked wheels from a baby carriage, and they'd go very, very fast down hills. But the stopping was a big problem because there weren't any brakes on them. You had to do that Fred Flintstone thing where you're... And so I noticed this, and, you know, being a sensitive little boy, I said, I think we need some brakes on this. And all the other people in Scotland are, oh, you want sundresses with your wee braking system, do you, eh? Oh, brakes, is it? Aye, oh. Why don't you go to LA and be amongst your own kind, you safety-loving pansy? Aye, brakes now, eh? Ah, good times. You know, we'd also build ramps as well, you know, for jumping our bicycles on. They weren't the moulded plastic ramps that they have at the X Games where you can get the backside air and all that. By the way, it's a place in Hollywood Boulevard you can get backside air. Tell them I sent you, they'll wear knee pads. But when I went... Anyway, back... You know, when we were doing the jumps back then, they were made out of a piece of wood on a milk crate. And if we couldn't find a milk crate, we'd use a hobo. And I was a very chubby little boy, so the hobo used to groan when I jumped. Kind of like the floor making a farty noise when I stand on it. Just going to... And then, because I was tubby, the other kids started using me. Because I was higher than a hobo. That's the title of my new book, Higher Than a Hobo. Higher Than a Hobo, my life in the dumpster. All right, we have to take a break. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Listen, quietly. Listen, I feel just awful about the introduction to the show when I got all the ladies out, and then I thought, well, that isn't fair. What about people that like looking at attractive men? Then I thought, well, maybe you want a genuinely attractive man in tight pants. Do that thing with your pants, make them tight. All right. So then I noticed in the studio audience, there was someone in the studio audience. Can you just come out there and stand here for a bit? All right. This is that. Now, quietly. No, that's not fair. Now, this is Randy. Say hello, Randy.
Hey, Craig.
Right, and this is his name, Randy. So, in an interest of fairness and in respect for trying to keep men and women on an even keel and to try and keep the hatred emails down, I'm going to do exactly the same with Randy as I did with the ladies earlier on. Excuse me, just stand there, Randy. Look, you're most attractive. Do that thing with your pants where you make them tight. All right.
I'm trying.
All right. And now just look in there and I'll do the thing again. Isn't he Thanks. All right, now look. Is everybody good now? Like, have we covered all the bases? What else do we need to have up here? I've had men and women. We only had one woman and we had a lot of women and one guy. But what a guy! Anyway, yeah, there you go. I hope we're good. And if we're not good, then I know I'll hear about it. But will I care? Yeah, a little bit, I suppose. We have to go. There's some commercials coming. Oh, they're great, look! Do it, go to the commercials! Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, in a completely equal way. Do we have any time for emails tonight? Farty floor? All right, here we go then. This is from Anna in Racine. Racine? I say Racine. I'm originally from Europe. From Racine in Wisconsin. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is from Anna in Racine, Washington. She says, "Hi, Craig. Love your show, blah, blah, blah." She actually says that. Look, love your show, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. All right, this is from Mitch in Lexington, Kentucky. Mitch. Not Mitch that works here that's from, like, he's not from Kentucky, is he? No, is he American? All right. Mitch in Lexington, Kentucky says, "Hi, Craig. There is no Bonerville in Kentucky." Oh, I did say that the other night. I did say there was a town called Bonerville in Kentucky. That's true. He says, "No, there is no Bonerville in Kentucky." Well, it was a joke, you know. But there is a state park in Union, Kentucky called Big Bone Lick. Well, there you are. Moreover, the address listed for Big Bone Lick State Park is 3380 Beaver Road. You can use that in your monologues from now on. Well, I probably would get into trouble if I tried to say that on the air. But it did keep everything on an even keel there, didn't it, between men and ladies? Oh, God. All right. This is from Elle in Ottawa, Ontario, in Canada. Elle says, "Dear Craig, why haven't you replied to any of my emails?" All right, this is from Chris in Henderson, Nevada. If you don't know where Henderson, Nevada is, it's there. It's just south of Las Vegas, isn't it? It's on the way out of Las Vegas, or the way in, depending on how much money you have left. Chris in Henderson says, "Hey, Craig, what's your autobiography about?" Well, it's called Higher Than a Hobo. Wise ass. All right. This is from Henning in Trondheim in Norway. Hey, do you know who else was from Trondheim in Norway? You'll never guess. Who? I'll tell you. Do you remember Aha? Remember Aha? Take on me. Can't sing anymore, we'll have to pay for it. Take me on. Remember that? And in the video there was drawing and he ran away and then the drawing guys came after him and everyone was like, "Oh," that was when VH1 used to play music before they just had skanks on a bike and all that kind of stuff they have now. I tell you what, the ladies on VH1 aren't wearing sundresses. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Trondheim and I'm very excited about Aha. We should have them on the show. They wouldn't come here. It's too far from Norway to come here. I get very excited about that. Sorry, I'm still, my heart's pounding. Henning. I wonder if that's his real name. I wonder if that's one of Aha. I didn't know their name. I think one of them was called Henning. Henning Brachen. You didn't know I could speak Norwegian, did you? Oh, yes. Gachen Hoge. Henning in Trondheim says, "Craig, I've been wondering about this for so long now. Can you fit a whole orange in the snake cup?" Well, no. You know, I get asked this a lot. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll take a break and I'll nip over to the farmer's market, get an orange. Even although it's very late at night, I'll still be able to go to the farmer's market. which is just across the street. It's an all-night orange stand over there. You get them in California. Oranges everywhere. Middle of the night. I need some vitamin C. I'm tripping so badly on bad acid. Well, you can... there's a tip if you're looking for it. I'll go and get an orange. We'll have the commercials. When I come back, I'll try and fit a full-size orange into this cup. Take that, David Blaine. We'll be right back.
It's Michael Caine's Animal Kingdom.
There are three kinds of North American cougar. You got your Puma, your Mountain Lion, and Demi Moore. Oi, 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 oi. There's no oohing in the jungle. Do not ooh in the jungle, all right? That's day one you learn that. You come into the jungle, but the guide will say, now, please, Mr. Caine, no oohing. It sets off the lions. They'll hear the oohs and they'll come bounding over, requesting things.
Michael Caine's Animal Kingdom.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Look, if you're just joining us and you're worried about, hey, where are you going to do the orange thing? Don't worry. Look, we're all set up. Ready to go. I just got back from the farmer's market. My first guest tonight is in a new film, Shorts. It's... You know what? I creep myself out. I really do. Honestly, I'm not this bad, really. I'm just kind of needy and excited. He's in a new film called Shorts. It's in theaters the 21st. Take a look at this.
We've got the rock now, Dad. We can have anything we want. Just wish for it.
This is all you're doing, isn't it, young lady?
No, Dad, just listen.
We're here to talk about a box, a black box, not a round, colorful rock. This box needs to be able to do everything.
That's what this does.
That's Alaska. Helvetica, go to your room. Don't ever come out.
No! I wish you would just listen to me for a change.
This might be the greatest movie ever made! Please welcome James Spader, everybody. Welcome, James. Welcome. Thank you. Thanks so much for being on the show. I'm such a huge fan of you. And I wonder, it's too much to ask you right off.
Where did you get oranges at this hour?
We'll get to this. Don't worry about that. There's an all-night farmer's market.
There is.
Yeah. I was going to, can you actually do that with your ears?
Hold on.
A simple no would have been fine.
Yeah.
Right, we're having an experiment here. Think of this show as you know, a sort of Pee-wee's Playhouse, and we're trying to. We wonder. I have to see if this orange fits inside this cup. It's very important for some Norwegians are distressed, and I wondered if you'd care to join me.
Yeah, I'll help.
All right then.
Do you want to go first?
Well, how big's your orange? Yeah, I've probably got the smaller orange. So you go first because you get the bigger orange and you're the guest. I think no forcing allowed.
Hey.
No. Maybe
Just
I think
a
I've
little
got.
forcing.
I've got some gel, some kind of lubricant.
This orange isn't going.
All right then, that's fine. Well, that's one. Maybe try. You look very good at that. You've probably done that before, once or twice. Let's
Working
see.
as well as the ears did.
No, right. Okay. Well, thanks for that. There you go. So you don't do. I think we all know it didn't work. It was for the Norwegians.
Should have gotten lychee nuts or something.
Lychee nuts? How'd you get them?
They would have fit at the
At the all-night
all-night
farmers market over there, yeah. And up in Hollywood Boulevard, you can also get. How are you? You good?
I was listening to you when you were setting up what at the moment seemed like the most, just the great spontaneous thing to pull all those nice women down with their sundresses on. It was really great. But then to cut to about 5 to 7 minutes later, when all of a sudden you were obliged to bring Randy down and do the tight, and your whole, it was so sad to go from that elation of bringing all those women down with the sundresses to then it had all turned into a terrible obligation.
That you've frankly been having to make up for the rest of
I know, well, I feel so bad. I'm going to get into terrible trouble
I know,
about
apologizing. No, you won't.
You don't think so?
No, it was a great pleasure. They should all come up here again. You all look good.
No, don't.
You really,
because then Randy might come up too, and Do you like a sundress on a lady, James?
I love a sundress.
Yeah.
And on a lady.
Hey. Now, the film, the shorts film, it's a regular length of a film, isn't it?
I don't know. I worked 5 days on this movie.
Really?
5 days.
That's quite a long time.
No, it was really, I'd read the script and I sort of play the bad guy, if there is such a thing in the film. There really isn't. It's a kid's film, and
right.
It really isn't. There are no real bad guys, or it's the kids that are at the center of it. But anyway, I was throughout the picture, and I was shooting a TV show, and they said, we'll only need you for 5 days, and I was just amazed by that. I mean, normally that role would have taken me, a month and a half over. But
they put it all in.
I'm telling you, from the moment, because Robert Rodriguez, who directed the film and wrote it and produced it, and does everything.
Yeah, no, he does all that stuff.
Yeah.
He's been here, he's quite tall and wears a hat. Yeah, I know.
And that's how I knew him as well.
Right.
But
he's the tall hat director. Yeah.
Anyway, because he's done these films with kids, and he has to work around their schedule, and then he very often has cameos with different adults. He's used to shooting this way, where the moment you walk on the set, the camera's pointing at you, and it doesn't move off of you until you're done, until all your work is done.
Wow,
so
I
very
can't
often,
imagine what that's like.
Yeah, I mean, really very strange. But very often I wasn't playing across from any of the people that you see in the film. I was playing across from script supervisors or assistant directors. Or
Are you happier that way, or do you like working with actual real live actors, or would you rather just get it done and concentrate on what you're doing yourself?
I'd rather be doing it, I think, in a more conventional way, depending on what the material is.
Right.
This material was such where, you could tell just from that clip. It's so sort of crazy. You're having to imagine everything anyway.
Right.
There's so many effects. You're having to sort of think of, it's a very, very effects-heavy film.
And it's about someone who has a
little kid who finds a rock. And
puts it in a snake cup.
Puts it in the and makes anything you wish for comes true. And then it sort of travels throughout the film from one kid to another, and so you can imagine it just turns into havoc and chaos. And all of that is with effects. So you're imagining. Leslie Mann and John Cryer are in the picture. And
I know John Cryer. He's been here too. Not as tall as Robert Rodriguez. No hat.
No hat. Yeah. In this film, he's attached to Leslie Mann. They play husband and wife. At one point, they become sort of attached to one another.
He was here promoting that very film. I've now seen 2 clips from that movie.
And never knew that they were connected in any way.
Wait.
Shorts.
Yeah, no, I remember now. He hasn't been here yet, but he will be in the future.
Yes. I understand.
And we're live, so I don't even know how that works. And I can prove we're live because I went to the all-night farmers market. And how else could I have gone? Do you enjoy LA and its
We also
produce?
could probably talk about this movie as if it were opening next week, for instance.
Is it?
And it isn't.
When is it opening then?
August
20 what?
Something.
You don't know either, do you? Yeah, middle of August. That's the time for the kids' movies. Does
anyone know?
Does anyone know when the movie opens? August 21st.
August 21st, of course.
Yeah, we could.
John Cryer will be here just prior to that, I'm sure.
All right.
I bet.
All right. That's enough. That's enough of that. Oh, you've got a young baby, haven't you? Haven't you got a young baby? With
11
you?
months, not with me.
Right, okay. Not secreted
No,
on
and he
your
will
piston.
not fit.
Yeah, right. Oh, please, let's try.
No.
Let's try.
He won't fit.
All right.
You know, if we peeled one of those, it'd fit right in. And then you shove the peel in on top of it.
Hey, you figured out how to do it. Oh, that's kind of good. Have you ever thought of being like a Tony Robbins guy and having, think your way through into solutions?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Tony Robbins, the giant guy with the big hands. You don't know who Tony Robbins is?
I thought that was Robert Rodriguez.
No, he's the big guy with the hat, and then John Cryer's the small guy, no hat.
pretty
Tony
big
Robbins
hands.
is the enormous guy,
Right.
big giant, eats chickens like popcorn.
Andre the Giant.
Not as big as Andre the Giant, but in a way bigger.
They both eat chickens.
They both eat live chickens like popcorn, yeah. No, Tony Robbins, he does that self-help stuff. Be motivated, find a way to...
Right, yes,
Thank
of
you.
course. Right. It's the other Tony with the skateboard at the X Games.
Oh, you're thinking of Tony Hawk, who has also been here. And we come
or
full
maybe
circle.
will be here.
No, he's definitely been here.
Maybe.
Oh, God, you won't let that one go. It's lovely to see you. I'm such a huge fan of your work. I particularly enjoyed Boston Legal. It's a very nice show. Did you have a nice time with Shatner on that show?
I did.
Yeah. He's a funny old bird, Shatner, isn't he? He makes me laugh, but he's an odd duck.
He makes me laugh too.
Yeah. He's an odd one. Does he make you laugh?
Has he ever done your show?
He has. Yeah, a couple of times. In fact, the last time he was here, he pretended he was demonstrating how he was physically attacked by a dolphin while he was on vacation. Did he tell you that story?
Might have made it up.
Yeah, he might have made it up, actually, now that I think of it. But what it ended with him, I had to be him and he was a dolphin, and he kind of pretended to have sex with me. Best interview of my life, James. Best interview of my life.
I guess you'd have to be amused, or otherwise you'd feel sort of
you got to do something.
a little violated, maybe.
Yeah, but
We had a couple of kissing scenes.
Yeah, that's right. You did kiss him a couple of times, didn't you? Ah.
I got a terrible flu from him once.
Swine flu? Ham flu?
I got a terrible sort of bronchial head cold about 3 weeks ago or something. And I was in bed for, a week, or I don't know how long it was. And I finally, the cough got bad enough where I thought I should go to the doctor. So I went over to Beverly Hills, and I'd been in bed for a week, and I really just put on a pair of 4-day-old pants and shoved a hat on. It really looked
You wear
rather...
underpants for 30 days as an experiment.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
And I was feeling pretty grubby and nasty. And anyway, I went over to Beverly Hills. My girlfriend drops me off in front of the doctor's office, and I went in. And this doctor is on a street in Beverly Hills that has a lot of different physicians, but also then a lot of plastic surgeons.
Right,
so I think that the paparazzi sort of hang out.
Right, I get you.
I didn't see any, but I'd seen them before there.
Right.
Anyway, so I go into the building and I go down into the doctor's office, and I'm sitting in the little room. They'd sort of squeeze me in between appointments, and they put me in one of the little rooms with the the stethoscope and everything else.
Skeleton?
No skeleton.
Just trying to help.
But he does wear one of those.
Oh, he does wear one of those? Well, there you are. That's something, yeah. So it's quite like...
Which I thought was sort of archaic, but he uses, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway...
this is a real doctor. It's not a sketch.
No, it's a real doctor. Yeah. So, a sketch. So I'm sitting in there, and all of a sudden I can hear across the hall, and it's a very small hallway, a very small little rabbit warren of rooms. I can hear someone with the most consumptive cough in this other room. I mean, from their bowels coughing up. I mean, just horrifying. And then I hear the voice of somebody who seems to be the mother of the consumptive cough. And she's you know, trying to make him feel better and trying to calm him down. And then I hear the consumptive cough start talking, and he's saying, well, I mean, why? He sounds to be a teenager. And he said, well, what, I'm supposed to tell my friends? I mean, am I supposed to tell everybody that I know? I mean, well, you know, this is really, I'm really upset. And he's very, very agitated, and she's doing everything she can to calm him down. And at that point, the doctor comes in. And the doctor starts talking to the consumptive cough. And it becomes very clear from their conversation that he's just about to leave in the next couple of minutes to go across the street to a clinic to get confirmed. So in other words,
he's in a Catholic sense?
Bless you. He's going to have it confirmed that he has swine flu. Now, I'm a bit phobic.
Right.
I don't know whether it's any more than anyone else because I don't have much to compare it to. But anyway, for myself, I'm a bit phobic. But I was really, my girlfriend was also about to arrive with our young baby. And, you know, I completely freaked out. And I got up and I start to walk. I got to get the hell out of here. And I walk out to the reception area, and the nurse at the reception desk is looking at me. I'm now, at this point, sort of sweating, look a little wilder than I did when I came in. I'm holding the doorknob with my shirt, you know, and I've got my arm up as if I'm going to, like, block germs, like, you know, a football player or something, you know, or in a rugby scrum. And she looks, what are you doing? I said, and I keep pointing towards a consumptive cough, and I've got to get the hell out, you know. And the doctor now comes in too, and he's like, James, what are you doing? I said, I've got to get the hell out of here. I said, I've got to go tell Leslie, at least, you know, she can't come by with
the baby will get swine flu. Yes, it would be awful.
And I keep pointing towards the room as if, how could it be any more obvious? You should be shutting down the whole street, right?
Right. But to be fair on them, they do treat ill people, James. That's what they do there. They encourage ill people to go there to be helped.
Yes, it gets worse.
Uh-oh.
So,
does it get longer?
We must be out of time. We must be out of time.
Hours, yeah.
Anyway, so I go out, I flee the building. I walk outside, and as I'm walking out, I'm dialing the cell phone to call my girlfriend, call her up and tell her not to come, and so on. And she's driving, looking for a parking place. So I dial the phone like this, and I bring my head up to bring the phone, and I'm standing in front of the building now, and there's the paparazzi.
Oh,
and they're not only snapping the photos, but they're videotaping, you know, the whole, you know, so it's streaming. It's just, you know, running continuously and asking sort of inane questions. Everything. So, okay. I'm on the phone, and I can't go anywhere. I know there's no car. I'm stuck in the street, you know. So I'm faced with that dilemma. The paparazzi or go back in the building to the swine flu.
Swine flu or paparazzi?
Paparazzi or swine flu.
Well, and that's where we have to leave it. And so what did you choose?
I hung up the phone and went back in the building.
Ah, good for you. Good. James Spader, everybody, we gotta go.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Greg?
Meow.
All right, listen, I'd like to apologise to Rose Byrne. Apparently, James Spader, who is famous for never doing talk shows, has now found that he actually enjoys talking and has a difficulty stopping. So my apologies to Rose. She's going to be here next week on Wednesday, August the 5th, and I'll talk to her then. And until then, as a mark of my respect, I will keep these oranges on my desk over here. So, if you see Rose on the show next week, you'll see that it's, oh, Greg, well done for keeping these oranges so fresh. And look, earlier on the show, when I was doing all that thing about men and ladies, and, you know, ladies wearing sundresses and then men wearing tight pants, I want to apologise if I've upset anybody. I want to apologise, but I'm not going to. I desperately want your approval, but not at the expense of my self-respect. So I won't apologise. I want to, but I won't. Instead, here's a short man wearing leather. Come on out. All right, good night.